Hey, hey, can you guys hear me? Let me know if you can hear me out there in the internet world. Let's see. Looks like we got three people out there. Can you guys hear me? Awesome. Loud and clear. I appreciate that. Yeah, cool. Cool deal. So I don't really have anything tonight for you guys. I thought I just like to come on here and see if I can answer any questions, be available to you guys. We're not gonna keep doing it. And there's about five of us that's normally supposed to get on this thing, and too often I am sitting here by myself and I am done with that. So uh probably won't be going live anymore on Mondays, probably just whenever we get the urge to. So it might not be all of us, might be one of us or whatever. But yeah, man, it just ain't no good when you sit here by yourself. But we'll be live, but just not set on Monday nights probably. And I probably will do some videos like I did with Gale Force, record it early, edit it, and then show it to you guys. Probably try to give you some better content is what I'm after, to be honest with you. But so I would let you guys know I am pretty much finished with the final second, third place awards. Um, I'll put the final kind of coat of paint on them tomorrow, and then the guy that's printing the decals that goes behind that is all the graphics for you know he's on vacation. He'll be back Monday. We'll get that printed Monday, put that together, and bam, they should be out the door no later than end of next week to your judges. If you are owed a ring, I have a couple of messages on Facebook of people that maybe we're at a location where a judge didn't have rings. I have read your messages, and you'll be getting those too. We'll be sending all that stuff out right about the same time. And most of you got it already. There's only a couple people that didn't have the rings. So and they led me to believe that they didn't need the rings, but they turns out one of them had to need a lot of rings. So yeah, no worries, man. No worries. Like I said, if we want to do it, we will, but we'll just do it when we want to. Talk about the live stream, you guys. Uh, and I don't know what she's doing, but hope she's okay. For those of you that got memberships, I have that. A lot of you are already listed on the web. That's awesome. You For those that bought it on the store, you'll be getting an email within the next week, saying, "Hey, we got your stuff," and all that. With that little link you fill out. I just wanted to get our last year's data all done before I did some new data. Yeah, maybe so. We was trying for a long time to just have it all the time. Like every night we was doing it, and we had about 4 or 5 of us that were doing it. But man, I'm old school, and to me, if you say you're going to do it, you need to do it. And too many times oh, they're supposed to be live, they're not, and it's not like I pay them, so it's not like you can yell at them for not doing something for free, kind of thing. But I just don't think many people, when you say you're going to do something, you do it. When Wendy's, the door opens to the minute, and that's the way business should be done. And anybody that's not that way won't have a business long. And so we just can't be reliable here. And I'm just tired of fighting it, man. There's in theory, there's Brandon, Jimmy, Dan, myself. Greg jumps on every time, but he's not one of the ones that's been doing it. Seem like James. Anyway, there's all of us that have access to this, but too many Mondays I sit here by myself, and I'm like, man, and no, well, Jimmy Pittman is good. He will send me a message when he's not coming, but I hadn't really heard from anybody else. And so far as I know, there should, in theory, be 4 or 5 other guys here. So, but they're not. And so I just soon quit fighting it. And we'll just do this a video whenever, whenever we got some content for you, you know? Yeah. Yeah, it's hard. So, but we've done it for years, but we're ending it now. I'm tired of sitting here by myself. So, is that Julius Crane, JC? Is that Julius? Is that the name right here? I remember seeing the name on the results on the finals. Wow. I don't know. Let me see, just to give us something to do here. Let's see. Let me see if I can pull up a photo of some of the awards. Or the process. Well, anyway, I don't seem like I can find the photo very fast, but I did make some videos of me making the awards. So when it's all said and done, I'll make that out. Oh, okay. Let me see. I painted them. This is not all of them, but these are probably will be the second place. I know that camera's blurry. The awards are not really blurry, but so second place will be red, and I think the third place will be probably, if I can find a lime green, I'll do that, but otherwise they'd probably be purple. So what I have done, I have got the world records pretty much done. I'm just holding a little bit to make sure every judge has sent me their stuff. So I've got them all in a list mixed with what we have on the web. Honestly, probably the next time I sit down here to do data, I'll go ahead and sort them and see if we got any new people. And if we do, if there were any changes or whatever, we highlight them and then put them to the web. And then at that point, I will start on those awards. But I would like to get these awards finished and out the door before I start on those, just because I don't want to mess them up. And that'll be a 8x10 plaque. I personally will email those straight to you. The other awards will go to the judges. Yeah, we had a couple do that. I think I know for sure Richard in California, Ruthless, bettered his crowd. Well, it's not crowd out anymore. It's crowd control now for him, but he bettered it by a dB or so. Also, but got the data done on them anyway. Unless a judge sends me still yet. But look, y'all, this is just, it's not cool. I won't say it's growing pains, but you got to try to put yourself in my position right here, right now. And let's just say like finals, we all send in scores in, all the judges are inputting their scores or whatever. And we all did a good job this year. This year was way better than last year. When it's over, we think it's over. And then a judge sends a score later. Now what do you do with that? You done read off and announced all the awards, and then somebody sends a score that changes that later. What do? You can't say, screw your judge, and you can't say screw that competitor. You just have to man up and say, we screwed up and make it right. Well, I don't want to have to do that with the top 10. So I've been uber patient. I sent all the judges a message last week saying get those scores in. And I'm sure they all have, but I'm just I want to finish those and be uber patient so we don't have to do that again. The first year, it was a communication thing. The first year we did finals like that, we messed it up. And I take full responsibility for that. If I had trained the judges properly, they would know and they wouldn't mess up, right? So, but the first year we had done awards, and then I got some scores later. I think those are from Jimmy. I think he didn't realize we were doing them all the same real time. And then the first year we did it this way, I think we also had that problem, and we had that problem again this year. Uh, I guess due to some technical problems. So next year, this is what we're going to do. Next year, when we do our finals, we'll do them the same way. I really like the new method that we have for them sending me scores. That works out good. But what I will do is I won't say, hey, we're going to be finished at 5, because that caused a little problem. What I will say is we finished when Bill says we're finished, and I will get the judges to give me their best guess. But when I say we're done, when that last judge says, okay, I'm done, I'm going to cut off the button to where they can send scores in. So just done. And if a judge missed one, the judge going to have to explain at that point, you know, to the competitor. But next year we were not going to have that problem. I am bound and determined to fix that. I'm not sure, man. I know he was, I think, a 49, and now he's a 51 as a change. So I bet it is close to 3. Yeah. There was many new world records, I believe, this year. And y'all, we have a lot of classes. Honestly, a lot of people could have jumped on and got them. Our world records are different. They don't reset every year. So in order to knock somebody off that, you got to beat their score. Now, we got some classes that change. And so, you know, like crowd loud and crowd control, that you know, they're changed. And so it'll seem a little weird until we quit changing them. But pretty much you got to knock the guy on the top off. And you can only do it at finals. Yeah. So, hey, but you know what? With a few guys, hey, Marcus, with the few guys I got in here, there's about 12 of you, I think. Not many. Yeah, 11, 12. Hey, what do you guys think about the way we do finals? And give me some input. What do you think? Do y'all like it? Don't like it? Think it's something better we could do? We open all ears. You know, and as far as that, not just with finals, but with anything, is there and overall with Base Wars, can you guys think of anything we do better with free reruns? I think that's a good thing. Uh, I don't know. What do you think? We would like to have a big fancy show, kind of like the others. Uh, they did in Birmingham. They had a nice venue and all, but you know, it took 7 orgs to pay for that thing, and some of those orgs went in the hole. So it's just that's expensive, and I don't think it's smart for us to do that. You don't run a business going in the hole, you know. So I don't. They do. They may be a little smarter than me. A lot of them been at it longer too. So um, you know, so there's that too. You know, they sponsor it out. We don't do a whole lot with sponsors. We appreciate Kicker. They really stand behind us a lot, and we got a lot of help from Resilient last year. Ben with Ruthless came on and helped sponsor some of our awards, and so did Gale Force. Gale Force helped sponsor some of the Greg's location in Tennessee. You know, and we appreciate those guys. But overall, Base Wars, we don't do a lot of sponsorship. We don't get a lot of extra money like that. So it's just on us, you know, as far as where our money goes, you know. or the things we spend on. Those tag plates are not cheap, you know. Even though they seem cheap to you guys, they go have one made. You won't get it done for less than $20. You might make it yourself for 10, but they're high to get made. Well, listen, I am not going to stay on here and bore you guys. Have you come up with a way to tell if you're qualified for Worlds? Yes, I have. No, I haven't, but yes, I have. So what I will likely do is on your member, where your member number is on the web. I think when you get qualified, I have no way to know. So hopefully the judge or the competitor, the competitors can tell me if you're qualified. Let me go check it. And then I'm going to change the color of your name on that, on the website, on the member list. And so that'll be it. Now, which class? That will be personal between us. I probably won't display that. A lot of people want to know who's qualified, who's coming. I don't really want to give that information out. I'll tell you why. Because if I go sign up for a pool tournament, I don't know who's coming. I just got to bring my A game. And that's what I want you guys to do. So, that's just the way I feel about it. What do you guys think? I believe more people get to compete with base wars versus other orgs, wanting everyone to travel to the same location. Zach, I believe you're right. I believe we save the competitors so much money by doing it the way we do it that I bet it's a fortune. I bet we do. And that's why, and also look, man, okay, let's just go for an example. All right, you guys are my competitors, right? You guys compete with us. And if I was going to bless anybody, it would be you guys, right? And I imagine if you guys compete with Base Wars, unless you just don't like us, you just like to compete, you would probably want to bless us, right? But guess who, if we go get, and it don't matter what the dollars are, it could be sponsor dollars, entry fee dollars, any of that stuff, right? If we go rent a big venue and we pay somebody, 15 grand, let's say, they're getting the money. You're taking out of your pocket. I'm taking out of my pocket. And we're giving it to somebody else. I'd rather you have it or me have it. So, that's another reason that I don't think that I don't see in Base Wars near future that we would be able to do it. Now, in South Africa, I know the guy, Star Sound. I think they sponsored one of the locations in Durban. I think they spent a lot of money on that sponsorship. Greg got a little sponsorship to help pay for his venue. I don't think it covered it, but and I think everybody else was lucky enough not to have to pay for a venue. So, we're doing the best we can as far as that goes. But I just can't see, and the fact that we get more competitors by having them all in different places. I can't ask somebody from California to drive to, Tennessee or Kansas, even Kansas. If we did one, I'm telling you, it'd be somewhere around Kansas because that's the center of the country. And if, somebody Google how far it is from, say, Miami to Kansas City or from San Diego to Kansas City. It's probably an obscene amount or it's a long way to go. And I think that's why a lot of the shows are small, that arena in Birmingham, it's a big spot. They use 2 rooms, I think. And it wasn't fooled. It wasn't fooled up at all. And there was 7 orgs there, 7 orgs and a car show, and it still wasn't full. And so it just don't seem like that's the way to go. Yeah, Zach, I think you're somewhere close to me, right? Ain't you right here in Alabama? Hey, Brady, this is the guy I was telling you that sponsored that Durban location in South Africa. This is Star Sound. He works for Star Sound. Yeah, Foley, right. So I'm building a Jeep with kicker right there in Robertsdale. 22 hours. See, I just don't know if people would. I just don't know if people would drive that. I mean, I'd like to say, hey, we got that value for you guys, but I know, and I know a lot of the vehicles wouldn't make it too. And I know gas cost, hotels cost. Nowadays, when you get a hotel, they put on there, do you want to finance it? You want to finance your hotel 4 easy payments of whatever. I'm like, man. Yeah. 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 So I feel like we will keep within reason. Now I will tell you this: we're going to shrink the number of spaces next year so that we can have a little bit bigger shows. Uh, so there's more than 3 or 4 people at your thing. So we're going to not have as many locations next time. So just simply to give you guys a good show. To us, it's not that big a deal. We can only have 8, but so far, but we're going to probably shrink it to 4 or 5 in the U.S. and just limit it to that, so that you guys want to come to a show, congregate, have a good time, be fun. So I hadn't figured out the spots yet, but probably a Upper East, West Coast, then probably a center. We'll have South Florida involved next time, so probably have to have one down there too. So, well, I am doing it. I'm doing it, but I'm doing it at Justin Much's place. I drive over there. That's where I'm building the awards too. I drive over there probably 4 times a week. Yeah. Yep. So I predict we will keep doing ours this way. We'll just maybe come up with a better way. What did you guys think about how we did the awards this time? I mean, the scores. Was that better than last time for those of you that may have done both? He is at the Direct Signs. He owns Direct Signs there in Robertsdale, and the sign place is kind of up front, and back the backside is a warehouse, and that's where we build, and that's where he builds stuff, and he's letting me build a Jeep there. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I liked the way the scores were done that way. There's a couple things on the back end that really helped too. And also, let me just tell you this: the data so far for this year, this is the glitch I'm trying to work out. If you have a member number in the member number field, it'll show you on the member top 10s, even if it is the word new, whatever the judges put in. So if you're a new member and they type new, then it will populate you on the member top 10 list. So the problem I have now is, and it's a good problem. I'm proud to judge to do this because it'll eliminate some stuff in the future. So it's just something I just need to work out. What I have now is the judges are putting the member numbers down, even if they're not members yet. That is helpful to you guys because when later in the year you become a member, then your member number is already there, and we don't have to hunt and hunt and see where all you competed. And that sounds easy. You could just sort by name, but man, you guys are all over the place with them names. So for instance, we'll use, who's in here? We'll use RJ for an example. So let's say RJ Davis. All right. Say he uses his name with no member number. And then, okay, this time he uses RJ Davis. The next time he uses Robert Gerald Davis. The next time he uses Team RJ. The next time he uses Team whatever. So when you sort looking for that guy's name, they ain't next to one of you. You can't find them. It just makes it hard. So the judges are putting the member numbers in now, which is a good thing. But I so far hadn't figured out how to make that top 10 not pull everybody that the judges puts in there without showing them as members on the top 10s. So that is why, right, this is a good one. Yeah. But so that's why you haven't seen the top 10s yet. And that's actually why I held on to some of the graphics. I had that data. The judges done good getting me that data, but I didn't really want to put it out yet because the top 10s are not ready. So, but several of you guys were asking about the results. So I did the graphics, but I hadn't populated those top 10s yet. And that's why, because I'm still working that out. And I'm trying to work out to where it's a spreadsheet. So a check mark or something. The word yes that says, okay, this guy's a member this year. And I didn't build that spreadsheet, man. The guy writes scripts and all that stuff. It's above me. So I've sent him the problem, and I'm just waiting on him to fix it and send it back to me. Mm-hmm. That's awesome because I tried to make it easy on the judges too. For those of you that don't know, all the judge had to do was type in your 3-digit member number and pick a class from a drop down, type in a score, a frequency, and a power if needed be. So they still had to do some typing. But so when they did it, it went straight on to the results and I didn't have to touch it. And that's important because if they type to me and then I type, man, that's much more room for error. So we just kind of eliminated a lot of that. So that's where we are on the data. Hey, Wes. And we have a website coming too. It'll be done before finals next year. And I'd like to tell you all the cool things, but just sure as I do, they'll get changed. You know, a different website than we have now. Obviously, you have to log in to see your stuff, you know. Wes, I need Wes. Right. Yeah. So we had a couple mistakes, but man, you guys compete, and you make mistakes with judges, man. Sometimes when you got a line of cards, you're, oh my God, I gotta hurry. They in a hurry, and they make mistakes too. I try to get them to understand that this is just a fun thing. Take your time, just take your time. But it does get when you're sitting there and like a lot of car shows, they're like, you got to be done by 3:30. You don't want to turn anybody away, and you're sitting there looking at 20 people in your line. You're like, oh my God, what am I going to do? And it makes you freak out a little bit. But we had very little mistakes from the judges this year. I had a couple late scores. We had a couple of where we changed, they put the wrong class in or whatnot. I think that's it. So the judges did pretty good, in my opinion. Do you guys like the rings? Was that a good thing? Oh, another announcement. The bare bones class is not going to be the bare bones class. I am just trying to word it. Apparently, I got that class wrong. So the way it's writ, and I don't think you guys have seen it except on a flyer. The way it's writ is like a very stock cabin, like no changing anything. So we're going to change that class. It's going to be you'll be able to have built doors, stuff like that within reason. It is to be a normal base vehicle, but not an extreme vehicle. And I'm going to write that class like that. And that's what the bare bones will be. So in front of the B pillar, it's kind of like a normal vehicle. You can have a little deadener, you can have built doors and all this stuff, and then do what you want in the back behind the B pillar. Yeah, so that one we weren't sure they were going to do the finals. Is the only reason they didn't have the rings. So, you know, most anybody that I knew that was going to have a finals that felt like they would need rings, I sent them to them. But some of you guys went to the Kellys there in South Carolina, and I don't think they knew you were coming. And so they were like, no, don't do us. We probably won't do finals. I'm like, well, I know a couple people's coming to you, but I didn't think about those people needing a ring. So James Courtney over in Oregon, I didn't send to him. I think he needs one. And Susan Kelly, they needed several, I think. Yeah, man, I appreciate it. Yeah, you never know. I'll be over there just almost daily building that thing. I hope to have it finished before the end of the year. You know, definitely before the when it warms up for sure. This is a Jeep. I will bring it to base horse shows and I will put it on the meter. Of course, I'm gonna do either 6 or 8 15s inside the vehicle and a couple out back. But I mean, in the back end of it. But it is. I'm building it to go to car shows. Not car shows, but Jeep shows. Do Jeep stuff. You know. But I'm trying to make it as loud as I can for sure. Kicker got behind me on that. We appreciate them for that. So you guys will see it soon. I will advertise it. I'm taking video as a build. It'll be a whole thing. Dang, yeah. And see, they would have been there, but we talked and they weren't even going to do it. And then I knew Wes, I knew you were going, so I called him. I said, "Hey, look, Wes is going to come to your location." I said, "Video it. You don't have to go live, but video it." And so, and then a lot of people went there, didn't know, you know. But Wes, ain't we glad that we didn't just axe it? At least they was willing to video it. We didn't just axe it and leave you hanging. Hmm. Yeah. Well, all right, guys, man. I don't know what else I could update you on. I'll throw the rule book out, the new rule book. It's only going to have a couple of changes, and we talked about all of them tonight, I think. Pretty much everything's going to be the same as last year. Finally, we quit changing our classes. Took us a little while to grow into it. But I do want to say this. I hope I can get all the judges to run a show. I think it's April the 25th weekend. That'll be Base Horse's 10-year anniversary. And I hope that I can have every judge do a show. Yeah, the weekend of April the 24th, 5th, and 6th. I'm gonna see if every judge will do a show that weekend so that we can have a lot of fun. And I'm not even opposed to do it like we did the finals. If the judges want to just do one big worldwide show, it's not finals, but probably not. Probably just do a show everywhere we can. Yeah, sure do. Sure do. All right, man. Well, look, I won't keep you guys unless you've got some questions, man. I said all I know to say. The second and third place finals awards will be finished no later, absolutely, than next week. We've done, they're built. We're just working on the print. I got to design that, and Justin's got to print it and stick it to the back. We'll staple it on there, and I can mail it to you, judges. So those will be done. Like I said, end of next week, they should be going out. I can't fathom that not happening. Yeah, and then I will concentrate on the world record awards. Those will be plaques. I will do some artwork, do a nice plaque, and mail it to you. That'll come straight from me. Yeah, the 10-year show. I think that'd be cool. That'd be cool. Since we don't have big shows, like in one single spot, this is the best we can do. If we could get every judge to do a show, man, that would just be awesome. All right, guys, I'll let you go now. So this is our last Monday Night Live. Now, not say we won't go live again on a Monday night, but it'll just be. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's not a lot of fun, but yeah, it's our last one. Like I said, it's the judge is busy. I don't know, but I just know that 5, 6 of us, and I sit here by myself. I don't like being on this thing. I don't like them. I have to do one for billiards also, and I do it usually after this one. And so I get tired of the podcast. If we got some content, if I got something to tell you, man, I love it. I don't mind at all. But when we don't have anything, it just don't seem healthy for us to do it. I just don't like it. But so we'll be going live more, but just not a set every Monday night. So Dan, let's take Dan for example. Dan decides on a Tuesday afternoon he wants to jump up and go live, and Dan can do it. Dan sitting there chit chatting with somebody on the side of the street, and he said, "Well, you know what? Let's go live. Let's talk about this. Do it." I will be going live, like this, when I have something to tell you, when I have some content for you. I liked what we did with Gale Force, and that I was able to record that and edit it and then put it out for you guys. Now, that take a little practice, and I could do a little better at that than I could probably do at this old live thing. When you're live, I'm like sitting here thinking, okay, do you guys hear that air condition? The fan on my computer, do you guys hear that? Stuff like that. And even when, okay, so this is my office. Now this is a green screen behind me, but I got a printer sitting right here, a drawing tablet sitting right there for those graphics for the results. And I'm like, so things change. And so like half the time when I start this thing, I don't even know if you guys can hear me, and I have to wait and get a little response. It's just really a pain when you're by yourself. But so anyway, last Monday Night Live, but not the last live. So unless the other guys decide they want to do it on like somebody suggested once a month or something like that, maybe. But as far as I'm concerned, I'm not going to force them to do it. And I just sit here by myself too many times, to just keep doing it. So there's that. Yep. Dan done a really good job. I'm going to come up to that wheel jam next year. I'm going to do that because that looks like a good show. And but yeah, Dan did a good job. He did a number right along with Greg and Jimmy. The South Africa guys, they blew everybody out the water. But so Dan was one of the top number of runs. I think it was 560. I think him and Jimmy were one run apart at the before finals as far as the number of people they ran. And I think Jimmy shows a little bigger, some of them, but Dan did more. And so, but we don't really care. I forget exactly why I posted that. Oh, I posted a graphic in our little judges chat saying how many runs we did overall. And that's what that was. But they all looked at it like, oh, I was close, or whatever. But yeah. So to us, we don't really care. But yeah, so Dan did do a good job up there. And I got some really strong comments on Tim Soroka, I think is the way you say his name, up there. I had some good compliments come from his area the other day. So that was kind of awesome. We're still looking for some Alabama persons. Hey, Dustin, maybe you should be our Alabama person, right? But we need judges in Alabama. We could we need a North Carolina judge. Greg's handling that for the most part. But he has to drive a long ways to do that. And you don't make money in base wars if you have to drive. If you got to go get a hotel room, then it's going to be a bad pocketbook day, right? Let's see, where else? Texas. We'd kind of like to have a judge in Texas. We got Chet over in Midland. He started doing some shows over there. So if you guys will start seeing some stuff from Chet out there. But we would like a South Texas and maybe a Eastern Texas, kind of thing. Jimmy had hooked us up with an Oklahoma guy, but we've not talked to him. So I'm assuming he's not doing it. Let's see, where else do we need somebody? Be awesome to have somebody in the Washington upper left of the corner. Yeah. Oh, I thought you. Oh, that's right. Who was I was just talking to? Here he is. Zach. That's what I was thinking, Zach. Yeah. All right. Well, come on down. It's warm down here, man. We can do shows all year long down here. You love it. But anyway, so maybe we'll get some more judges and make it a little easier for everybody. All right, let me figure out how to end this thing. And I will see you guys later. Y'all have any questions, reach out to me at 601-953-6504. I got my phone set on that thing to where if I don't know you, it won't ring. But leave me a message. I'll call you back. Send me a text. I'll call you back. Best way to get me. If you send it to me on Messenger, I'll see it eventually probably. But they just get deep. And also text. If you text me, well, look at there. This is since the live stream, started. So, but if you text me and you don't get a response, man, text me again. Text me again because it'll be 200 deep by the end of a day. So, yeah. All right. Oh, that's tough. It's cold up there, man. Yeah. So anyway, 601-953-6504 if you need me. If you have sent me a message, I've got about 3 names for rings that we can mail them to. Greg sent one out, I think, to Isaiah over. He went to the Kellys, or the other Kellys. But so anyway, all your awards are coming within a week or 2. So if y'all need any more updates, you just reach out to me and we'll take care of them for you. Thank you. And I appreciate you guys. And I appreciate the good year we had. I thank you for that. And hopefully we'll have us a big one for the next year also. So I'm going to hit this end button and you guys have a good night.